Harbaugh just told me.
Did he? Okay.
Show some pride.
There you go.
You got it right there.
There you go. Play hard. Play a full football game. You cannot allow yourself to be embarrassed. And for USC, you're not going to see them let up. If you're familiar with USC, you know that Pete Carroll will continue to go after this Penn State defense. And they'll continue to try to do everything that they can to put points on the board.
Herbie, a couple of football people told me that the corners cannot play off this far against these receivers. They're too good and too talented.
The problem is if they come up, then the receivers go by them.
Completes his first throw of the second half. Ronald Johnson, sophomore from Muskegon.
I mean, Penn State is a cover 3 defense. They're predominantly a zone defense. They'll mix in some zone pressures, but because you play a cover 3 defense, and we've talked about this, and we'll show you more in the second half what we mean by that, but you are exposing yourself, if a quarterback has time, to the vertical passing game, to the skinny post, and that's where Mark has had most of his success.
The aerial show continues. Great grab. But the point that the football men, the scouts, made to me when I was out in back and went down to see Joe Pa, is that they're just giving them so much of a cushion that these guys can turn to the sideline, as Williams did there. They can come back into the front. And they said that USC looks at a lot more bump and run against the Pac-10 than they have here.
Yeah, I think the football men might have that as maybe an adjustment, but I think if you're looking at what Penn State is doing, typically, I think they're concerned.
Now we're tightening up.
3rd and short, 3rd and 1, they got to get tight. But I think they're concerned about the speed, just the speed of going right, a quick move and around them. It's just not what, if that's not what you do, then it's tough to make that adjustment and all of a sudden do that for Tom Bradley. They've got to continue to try to hope that their plan works. And, you know, the big thing is, forget the secondary is getting exposed right now. But, Brent, the defensive line is really getting exposed. Mark Sanchez has had a number of times where he's just sitting back there reading the defense and having time to throw. You've got to somehow get some pressure on Sanchez.
Joe McKnight injured and out, so Stephon Johnson, number 13, and Gable will be the running backs. And busted play, and Sanchez makes the most out of it. Let's go down below now to Lisa.
Well, Brent, I was speaking to Penn State wide receivers coach Mike McCreary as he was coming out of the locker room, and as Kirk said, you know, where do you start? He said, look, we just told our guys that we've got to keep our poise. We did things in that first half, stupid things that we didn't do all year long with the penalties. As you guys already know, Joe Paterno did not come down to the locker room to talk to the guys, but he did send them a message. He told them to play Penn State football. Guys.
And that has not been the case so far in this game, making far too many mistakes. 7 penalties, 62 yards. Turn it over after a 35-yard gain. Have a 45-yard run called back. First down, Johnson.
Let's not forget what USC has been able to do here. I mean, we could talk a lot about Penn State's miscues, but I think when you're overmatched in certain areas, you press and you do some things that are uncharacteristic. But SC, their first possession was a 3-and-out. And after that, touchdown, touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown. And the adjustment that they made early was forget about playing this game in a phone booth. Let's get this game to the outside where we have the big advantage with our receivers and our quarterback throwing the football.
Tried to blitz. Sanchez steps away. High, incomplete. Patrick Turner, the receiver, working the near sideline. Sanchez upset that he got that way too high. What's your feeling about Mark Sanchez, and what do you think the scouts will come back? What will they say about Mark? I know you've talked to a lot of folks.
Yeah, I think Mark Sanchez will have the option to really evaluate himself and think about his future, because he's every bit as talented physically as any of these other quarterbacks that might be coming out this year into the draft. But I think if you talk to Mark, he still feels that he can develop and improve. And when you look at around him, almost everybody returns to this offense with the exception of Patrick Turner.
Gable brought down beautifully by Josh Hall. The junior from Milhelm, Pennsylvania, comes roaring in for a big stop.
That's a big play there. And here's a DirecTV Ultimate Picture Cam. The penetration we just talked about is essential to these linebackers having a chance to make a play You eat up the blocks up front with the defensive line, and then you have Hall and Bowman and Sales that have to be able to get the penetration. That time Hall was able to do that, and now you put Sanchez into a uncomfortable 3rd and 15 situation.
USC 7 of 9 on 3rd downs here today. This one's a toughie. 15 yards he needs. Got a receiver open. And hit him, but it's short of the 1st down.
Wow, what a
Williams
spot.
again.
Look at the spot that he got. Sure is. With Damian Williams. You know, he had a separated shoulder against UCLA. There were some people wondering how much would he be able to play in this football game. We saw him at practice. He looked pretty good. But all of a sudden, he is healthy, and he is showing on a huge stage that he's one of the top receivers in the country. The timing, outstanding. He took a shot there on the shoulder and comes up. They got a favorable spot, that's for sure. Pretty much a no-brainer what Pete Carroll does here.
You think?
With a smile. You don't just go for it, you go for it with a smile.
Sanchez might just crawl in behind Christopher O'Dowd. He's all Pac-10 center. Byers, Hever the guards. Quick count, 1st down.
But going back to your question, Brent, about Sanchez and his future, obviously he'll eventually be in the NFL. And I just really believe that because the entire offense comes back again without Patrick Turner, it allows him a chance to continue to grow, continue to develop. And if you ask him, he would tell you there's still some areas that he feels that he can improve.
They've been nicked a little bit on that snake, huh?
Little push there with the snake pushed off that right foot. It might have tweaked his calf. Looks like he was trying to stretch it out.
Gable, the running back. Toss with Gable, trying to get to the short side, and it's clogged up, and he makes the most out of it. They tore it away down there on the sideline. Tony Davis coming away with the football.
The only thing that could prevent this from being a fumble, of course, is if Gable is backside, touched the ground before the ball came out.
Did not. That is a clean fumble. Davis did a great job, and Gable's going to be back in the doghouse. Remember, I told you earlier, he fumbled on the first series against UCLA. Ball is ripped free in the air. Davis has got it. Timeout.
I decided to redecorate our living room. But no matter what I did, something didn't feel right. And then I figured it out. It wasn't the room.
What?
So I used the cash I got back to redecorate my husband.
Earn unlimited cash back with your City Cash Returns card to make every dollar count. Whatever your story is, your City Cash Returns card can help you write it, because City never sleeps.
The all-new Nissan Z. It's here.
You want to dance? What you got?
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet Specials, you can fly to destinations nationwide for just $49 to $99. Purchased by January 19th. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Tuesday, Scrubs premieres on ABC.
Are you happy? A little bit.
That's right. Scrubs premieres Tuesday, 9/8 Central on ABC.
Wrong.
No, really. ABC Scrubs premieres Tuesday, 9/8 Central.
Awesome.
On ABC.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. First down, Penn State. Play will resume after the media timeout.
Rogers Redding, the coordinator of officials for the SEC, is up here. He confirmed it even earlier. He said, that's a fumble, guys.
Well, first you confirmed it with that definitive. Oh, yeah, that baby's out. And Rogers comes in.
Well, we do like drama. We don't want it to end the first series of the third quarter.
Hey, never count the Lions out.
Here we go now.
Here they go.
For pride, there's no question. Stephon Green. This is the key replay, and I think you folks can see this clearly at home. That ball was out.
And it looks like Josh Gaines, the captain, in there stripping that football. Got to attack. I mean, if you're a Penn State player, you're the quarterback, Darryl Clark. Never give up. Keep attacking downfield. Got to make plays.
Royster out with a knee injury. Clark going to try it once, a block from Lawler. Lawler saw the player coming in behind, and Clark wanted him to move downfield.
Well, then he starts to run, and he wants to pick up a block. You got to remember, you're not playing Purdue. I mean, when you point, you better take off, Darryl Clark. Look at Clay Matthews coming from behind to chase you down. He runs a 4.5 coming off the edge. So Darryl Clark has great speed, but so does Clay Matthews, who chased him down rather easily.
USC has pitched 8 second-half shutouts this season. 3rd and 5. Plenty of time. Steps away. Into trouble now. Throws. Got it. And he finally found Williams. Wow. Derek Williams had a little daylight, and this is perhaps the best throw of the game under pressure.
An outstanding throw. Clark showing again the presence there, but Matthews does not give up on the play. But what I was impressed with is not just Clark throwing the football, but the strength to be able to be running backwards away from Matthews and then to throw an accurate ball downfield towards the sideline as Matthews is closing in on you for the second straight play.
That's a scary sight, too, with that hair covering.
We saw that at practice.
Here comes Clark with that option look, keeps it, and takes a lick from Mays. Mays moving up from center field. He's another of the youngsters who's going to have his future evaluated. He's a junior. The family's a little bit torn. He's a little bit short of a degree. His mom definitely wants him to come back. And Pops, who played in the National Football League, was telling me the other day, well, we're going to take a few days off after this game, let him get his breath, and then we'll talk about it.
Is it allowed? Are you allowed to look that good in your uniform?
No.
I mean, there should be a rule. No. He's 6'3", 235 pounds, and he runs a 4.28. He's the fastest player on the USC roster. It's against the rules.
And around now, Derek slips. Derek slipped on the 40.
Going to put more pressure here on Darryl Clark again to execute on a 3rd down and on that offensive line. This is usually where Pete Carroll, Nick Holt work their magic when they get these teams in the Rose Bowl into 3rd down situations. There's Nick Holt, the defensive coordinator. He and Pete Carroll, as good as you're going to find, at creating havoc on 3rd down. See where they bring the pressure.
Havoc, that's their middle name. Battling in, throws underneath to Green, well short of the 1st down. Mawalluga picking up the running back. Mawalluga almost certain to go somewhere in the 1st round of the next NFL draft.
This is a small thing, but again, accuracy important. Throw the ball in front of Green. If you throw it in front of Green, he catches the ball, and it's man coverage. He's able to maybe turn the corner, at least have a chance, but by coming back to the football, Ray Mawalluga way too fast and easily makes the play on Green.
Down 31-7, why not? Got to go for it. Coming off the edge. They've got him from the blind side. Caught by Norwood and steps out of bounds, but it's short of the 1st down. USC football. That was young Everson Griffin Closing in from the backside, the sophomore who lost his starting job after the Oregon State game, but he'll be the starter next year.
It looked like he almost knew the snap count. He got off so well. He guessed right, he got the pressure, and of course Penn State comes up short here.
We'll take a timeout.
Small. Big. Minimum. Maximum. A lot. For a little.
Nissan Versa. 34 mpg and the largest passenger interior volume in its class for under $10,000.
Ever come across somebody you shouldn't have messed with?
Critics are praising Gran Torino as prime vintage Eastwood.
Get off my lawn.
And the National Board of Review has honored Clint Eastwood as the best actor of the year. Gran Torino, rated R. Now playing in select cities. Opens everywhere January 9th.
World peace. Pony. Supermodel.
He's gonna throw that change away when you get double the beef for only 89 cents?
Double the beef.
Change the way you see change. The cheesy double beef burrito. Double the beef for only 89 cents. Why pay more?
Page 96, there are 26 cats in a show. Use the equation on page 337 to find out.
Something big is happening on your birthday. Because this year, we're inviting you to join us at one of our parks on your birthday, absolutely free. So log on to register your birthday at DisneyParks.com. What will you celebrate?
The Rose Bowl game presented by Citi on ABC. Brought to you by Citi. Citi never sleeps. Disney Parks. What will you celebrate? Gillette. Look, feel, and be your best with Gillette's full lineup of men's grooming products. And Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Inside the famed tournament house here in Pasadena. Just a beautiful presentation. You go back in history and all the great things that this committee, all these volunteers, they deserve a big round of applause. The volunteers who make this Rose Bowl possible year after year. Johnson explodes for 11 yards on first down.
Well, with Gable fumbling the football, you know Johnson's going to get more carries. And with Joe McKnight out of the football game, the 13 will get quite a few carries.
How many of you out there would like to see, if USC hangs on here, how many of you would like to see USC play the winner of the Oklahoma-Florida game? Raise your hands.
The whole booth up here, the whole stadium.
I thought so.
Everybody up here. That's called a +1, my friends. We all want to see that.
6 minutes. Johnson stopped at the line of scrimmage this time.
Imagine that. Imagine USC looking like this. Winner of the Oklahoma-Florida game a week later.
And that's going to be another, well, that will be a great football.
It'll be a war. It's going to be a war. Last two Heisman quarterbacks going head-to-head. A good look at Penn State's defense and the struggles here today. Out in the Rose Bowl against this SC offense that is healthy, clicking.
Second down and 9 for Sanchez and the Trojans. Three-step slant. Got him beautifully, Patrick Turner.
When Penn State goes back to look at the tape of this football game, they're going to see that the slant, and they're especially going to see that the post, both the same concept, movement towards from the outside, coming into the inside. It has been there all day for number 6, and he's taken full advantage of it.
Sanchez has now thrown for 309 yards.
Do we know the record for passing yards?
Got to go back
because it's about to be broken.
Ron Vanderkelten.
If they keep him in the game. Oh, it's 309. The record is
first and 10. Williams goes in motion. Complete underneath. Well, the record was set against Penn State. Danny O'Neal threw for 456 yards.
In a losing effort.
In a losing effort.
Yeah.
But frequently, as you know, the losing quarterback will throw. You look at those 300 yards in the NFL, they're trying to get back in the game a lot.
Yeah. Just depends on if Mark Sanchez wants to stay in this game and if they want to keep him in the game, because at this pace, he's going to have a shot.
Williams has 147 of those yards. Running right straight ahead, and there is Mark Tyler, Wendell's son, redshirt freshman, missed last year because of an injury, and he has a fine upside. There's a flag thrown on the near side.
Before the snap, false start, number 86 on the offense, 5-yard penalty. It remains second down.
You know, back in 1976, and I would guess that our friend Dick Vermeil certainly remembers what Pops did in that game. Wendell Tyler ran wild, and Vermeil and UCLA, they'd lost a regular season game against Ohio State and Woody Hayes. They came out and won 23-10, and Wendell Tyler rushed 21 times for 172 yards in that game. 3 steps, outside drop. One of the few drops that we've had today, because Bowman, he rattled Williams' cage, didn't he? Fine football player. Navarro, only a sophomore. He'll be on most of the 3 all Big Ten teams next year.
Think about the Big Ten Conference and what it's been through over the course of the last 5 or 6 years in bowl games. Really the one chance you have as a conference to kind of flex your muscles and show what you can do. And they have been struggling, especially in the high-profile bowl games. And this one will be added to the list.
3rd and 11. Drops it off underneath. Lets the rush in. Johnson will not get the first down. Set the screen pass with the running back. And the punting team trots onto the field. Greg Wojnik. That's their second punt. And we'll see Williams again going back deep. Derek Williams, he'll touch it again. And maybe he won't. Down into the end zone, and there is a penalty flag.
We had Penn State, it looked like they had about 14 or 15 guys on the field. Guys trying to get on and off the field, and I don't know if it was that or if it's offsides or what it might be, but there's a lot of confusion there. I think Penn State may be expecting USC to go for it there, but had a lot of players running off the field when the ball was snapped. You can't do that. Oh, it looks like it's on SC. By that reaction.
There was a substitution violation on the offense. They went straight to the line and snapped the ball. That penalty is declined. It'll be Penn State ball on the 20, 1st and 10.
Wow.
But you counted 14 Lions.
There were a lot of guys on that field. 4 of them were on the field. Maybe that's why he's so mad.
He's all competitor, folks. Timeout.
You put your foot down and it just goes. It's kind of saying, "Rrr." The Hemi did it. I love it. It's awesome. Yeah! That Hemi hits hard. Bam! Boom! Truck just kicked into gear. I completely forgot I was pulling a trailer. Handles amazing. It was a smooth ride. Fantastic. Go. That's how we roll. Love
season long, Gillette and ESPN asked you to show us your game face, and we want to thank everyone who submitted their photos. Congratulations to Dustin Derrick from Fort Utah, the winner of the 2008 Show Us Your Game Face sweepstakes. Dustin won a once-in-a-lifetime trip for 4 to ESPN Studios and a Gillette EA Sports Xbox prize package. Visit GilletteGameFace.com to see this season's Game Faces and look for the Gillette Game Face program next season.
It's gonna be a late one, people.
What a bummer, dude. Now you won't be able to watch me on DirecTV tonight.
Relax, Red. Look, I can easily set my home DVR to record you right from here. Done.
Wow.
You know, you're a little scary up close.
With DirecTV, you can easily set your home DVR from any cell phone or computer. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
We welcome you back to the 95th Rose Bowl game presented by Citi. Well, folks, Roger's Redding, the coordinator of officials for the SEC, straightened me out on this. When the offense jumps out like this, you have got to give the defense time. There were, what, 15 guys out there?
16 or 17.
No,
they were all over that call.
So you've got to give the defense time. And he tried to trick him.
It worked.
But it'll be Nittany Lion ball coming out from the 20-yard line. Royster lost with a knee injury. Now Brandon Beecham, the true freshman, on the field, throwing in underneath the bracket. Lucian out on the field, guard. So some of the youngsters. Landolt is still out there. Cadogan. And there you see a sophomore from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Brett Brackett will be one of the main receivers for the Nittany Lions next year. 2nd down and 5 for Darryl Clark. Clark has thrown for 145 yards here today, and Sanchez, of course, red hot with 318 yards. Yeah, caught him moving. There's a penalty flag. Beecham's first carry of the game. Freshman, as you pointed out, Herbie, to our audience in the first half from Youngstown, Ohio.
Just like his quarterback, Darryl Clark.
Offsides on the defense, number 26. That penalty will be declined. Play results in a first down.
Will Harris.
It's amazing to think this defense has 6 3-year starters. Of course, one of them not playing Ellis, and that's why you see Will Harris out there. But the knowledge of this defense allows them to play so fast. 9 defenders invited to play in all-star games. 5 to the Senior Bowl, 4 to the East-West Shrine.
Got 24 unanswered points by the Trojans. Penn State tied it at 7, and now wide open. Butler inside the 30 with a nice run after the catch. Dion Butler, the senior from Woolbridge, Virginia.
Dion Butler has come into this football game to compete. He's the fastest receiver that the Penn State Nittany Lion offense has. He looks like he keeps that right knee up, and then he just won't stop. I mean, we saw that in the first half from number 3 in white. Makes the catch. Look at the right knee. He may have touched. He may have touched. Nonetheless, if they go back and look at it, the effort is what I think you have to appreciate. They're going to go up and take a look. It's like the right knee did touch.
The previous play is under further review.
Should take it back to the 40-yard line. It should be allowed. He's trying to say, come on, man, help me out here. Right knee, Brent. Looks like it touches the ground.
That's when you plead for the NFL rules.
Yeah. But Butler coming off the huge game against Michigan State where he had 3 catches and 133 yards.
Speaking of the NFL, could you believe that 4 road teams are underdogs in the first round of the playoffs?
You got to keep me up to pace on that. Is that the deal?
Yeah, I mean the favorites are the road teams. The home teams are the underdogs.
So we have the Colts favored over the Chargers.
They're going in slight favorite. Yeah. The Eagles are favored up in Minnesota. Okay. Ravens go down to Miami.
After review, the Penn State receiver's knee was down after the catch. Therefore, the ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Penn State.
So that now makes it a 27-yard gain. The other one, Atlanta. Going in. What a year Matt Ryan has had.
Flacco and Matt Ryan.
2 rookie quarterbacks.
Stepping out. This is when I really get excited to watch the NFL. This is when it starts
totally
to
agree.
Really good.
You take those Rascals to the playoffs now.
Now it's go time.
1st down and 10. Green back in as the running back. With 3 yards on that crease, and Mamaluga playing his final game for the Trojans, number 58. There you have it. A total of 3 touchdowns allowed in the second half. No team has scored against Ken Norton's linebackers and the Holt's defensive front and secondary. No team has scored more than 7 points in the second half against these guys. That's how stout this defense has been.
The adjustments are legendary from Pete Carroll every year, but especially this year with this group.
2nd and 7. Hand fighting their way in. Finds strike to the 15-yard line. Penalty flag. Penalty flag on the play. Norwood
head-to-head there. I think he got the better shot on Kevin Thomas, his own player. He got both guys. And it takes a lot of courage to come into the middle of that defense, knowing that Taylor Mays is going to come in and take a shot on you.
And Norwood is obviously shaken up here. We'll take a look at this.
The ruling on the play was an incomplete pass. There was a personal foul on the defense, helmet-to-helmet contact, number 2. That'll be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic 1st down.
Keep in mind, Taylor Mays 6'3", 235 pounds here as Norwood comes to the middle of this defense.
Oh my goodness.
That's why the rule is there. And I appreciate these safeties wanting to be aggressive, but that's exactly, you see it in the NFL on Sundays. You just can't do that. Cannot lead with your head when a receiver like that is unprotected. I'm very happy to see Norwood up from that hit from Taylor Mays.
1st and 10 after the penalty. Green, crease. Bangs across the 15-yard line, close to another 1st down.
Nice job here by this offensive line. Being able to get it pushed there. You see the big tight end, Corliss. And there's Green. I mean, Green has come in here. He's played some football this year. Coming into the night, he's averaged about 5.5 yards a carry, 521 yards on the year. But he's done a nice job picking up the place here of Evan Royster.
So we reached the end of the 3rd quarter and this presentation of the Rose Bowl game presented by Citi. We'll be back with the 4th after this message and a word from our ABC station.
It's time saving energy costs less. It's time guaranteed low prices got even lower. At the Home Depot, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items throughout the store, including energy-efficient ones like appliances and insulation. So come in now and find out how saving money today can save you even more later. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Oh, it's got like toolboxes. That's a Ram box. That's pretty freaking cool. You know, you need that space. Put some fishing poles in there, shovels and hammers and stuff.
Go, 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 go!
I can't believe they let us do that.
Tuesday, it's the comedy about highly focused medical professionals.
You seen a new administrative assistant?
For some reason, whenever I see a pretty girl for the first time, I always imagine her hair blowing in slow-mo.
sometimes a little too focused.
Damn, my psyche.
ABC Scrubs. All new episodes premiering Tuesday, 9/8 Central. Part of Bring in the New Week on ABC.
Find your perfect gift. Like the 5-star crash safety rated Acura MDX at the Drive Home for the Holidays event. Celebrate the season with low finance and lease offers. Visit your Acura dealer or shopacura.com.
Hey, take a look at this.
That's a great deal.
Only $68 per person per day.
Let's do it.
For a limited time, 3-day, 2-night packages starting at $68 a day per person for a party of 4. Now, celebrating at Disneyland Resort just got even more affordable. Plan your vacation today at Disneyland.com/affordable.
ABC 7 News, the Bay Area's #1 newscast at 5 p.m.
We welcome you back to the 95th Rose Bowl game presented by Citi. One of the great ceremonies is the induction of the new Hall of Famers. This year, a class of 3. You probably recognize Keyshawn Johnson, who also works with us at ESPN over on the right. That's Chuck Ortman, great star with Michigan in the middle. And Virgil Luberton, there on the left, was a long-time manager. Started back in 1972. He's now retired, living in Iowa. Chuck Ortman, who was the star for the Wolverines in a win, lives at the Landings in Savannah. And, of course, Keyshawn Johnson, you see him everywhere now. He'll be on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday with Chris Berman. They'll be talking about those 4 playoff games that we mentioned. Here is Lawler, the fullback, his first carry for the first down.
What's interesting at this point in this football game, USC comfortable lead, but we keep talking about how SC is shut out 8 of their 12 opponents in the second half. And don't think right now that's not on the minds of Nick Holt, Pete Carroll, and the USC defense. I mean, you talk about competition and competing, and that's really what they pride themselves on. They're well aware of that, and they want to try to keep the Lions out of this end zone.
Darrell Clark scored the Lions' only touchdown on a quarterback draw. They have a first down at the 10-yard line. Going to take off to the right as he got a block down at fumble. Scooped up by the Trojans. Moala, the big defensive tackle.
Sure, they'll take a peek at this. It looked like the possibility as Moore was chasing down Clark from behind. Looked like a possibility of his knee touching. Let's take a real good look here.
He might be down.
Yeah, it looks like he's down. How about the speed of Kyle Moore coming from behind to chase him down? And the ball comes out.
We'll take a break while they review it. I think there's at least a 50% chance that they'll turn that one over, but we'll see.
The kids have been wanting to go to the safari theme park since last summer. So we used our City Cash Returns card to buy the tickets and stuff. It was great to get close to the animals, but not that close. Luckily, we used the cash we got back to help pay for some body work.
Earn unlimited cash back with your City Cash Returns card to make every dollar count. Whatever your story is, your City Cash Returns card can help you write it, because City never sleeps.
What can I get you? MGD 64. Got it?
Oh, I'll have 64 calories of a Michelob Ultra.
Okay. We got food, we got burgers, we got dogs, we got salad.
12 ounces, 64 calories. MGD 64. As light as it gets.
What's up, players?
From the guys who brought you Superbad, we are going to hunt these guys down.
So excited. Kick out the window. I got pulled by groin.
Seth Rogen, James Franco.
Thug life.
Pineapple Express on Blu-ray High Def and 2-disc DVD January 6th.
Kevin Moriarty's wife wanted to switch car insurance. We'll save a couple $100, she said. He said fine and forgot about it. Until today. As he reached for his insurance card, he wondered who his new cut rate company was. Imagine his relief when he saw it was Allstate. Drivers who switched recently saved an average of $353 a year. cut your price, not your coverage. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Behind this door lies the first patient they may not want to save.
I think this is a waste of time.
I agree with Yank.
It's inhumane.
ABC's Grey's Anatomy. All new next Thursday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
After review, the Penn State runner knee was down at the 5-yard line. Therefore, we will have second down and goal at the 5.
So the Nittany Lions are saved by instant replay, and you can take a look at this, and it does appear, Kirk, like he was down.
No doubt. No doubt. But what you have to appreciate, how about USC chasing him down, trying to get to him?
Nothing easy.
No, they do not want to let him in the end zone.
Okay. Second and goal. Sure, one of those backers is watching for the quarterback draw. He's going to run it to the short side, and he's short of the end zone. Third down coming up.
It's one thing to have speed. It's another thing to have knowledge and experience that allows you to even play faster. It's a defense, keep saying it, but they lost 5 guys from last year's defense, 3 in the first round. And yet here, this year, with 9 senior starters and Taylor Mays, you throw in there, these guys are just a veteran group, and that's why you see the pride when Penn State gets down inside here, and you see that nasty attitude.
They're going to put Clark back in the gun. Williams split way out to the left. Top of your screen. Rolling. Throw. Got Williams. That's where they split him way out, and the Nittany Lions with the 4th second-half touchdown against the Trojans in 13 games. 13 games. Oh, my.
You have to appreciate, we keep talking about USC's pride, but Penn State showing a little bit of pride themselves by driving this ball down deep into USC territory. Williams actually knocks back Will Harris before the ball's in the air to find a little bit of an opening in that end zone, and once he makes the catch, he gets hit pretty good but holds on to the football.
Second on the extra point, Kevin Kelly. You're watching the 95th Rose Bowl, presented by Citi on ABC.
Check this out. With this controller, your character will mimic your exact motions. See?
Sweet.
Now throw me a pitch, just like we're outside.
You're out. That ends the inning. Next up, shortstop.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet Specials, you can fly to destinations nationwide for just $49 to $99. Purchased by January 19th. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Connect to everything you love in life in a bold new way. Introducing BlackBerry Bold. As beautiful as it is powerful.
They come with a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, and 1 year of the safety and security of OnStar. Buick, Pontiac, GMC. All made by GM. Surprised?
Just announced. Get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months, plus $2,500 bonus cash on an 08 Sierra. Or get $8,000 total cash back. Hurry. Offer ends January 5th.
Premiering Tuesday on ABC, a new series about the heroes who keep us safe at home.
They have nothing to be afraid of anymore. We did our job today.
ABC's Homeland Security USA premieres Tuesday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
This ESPN telecast available in high definition on ABC HD. Well, right after the kickoff, speaking of high definition, we got a high-octane Hall of Famer joining us, Keyshawn Johnson. A lot of folks around Evanston, Herbie, remember what he did.
I know you do. I know you do.
At the goal line. And Gable is short of the 20-yard line. So, Keyshawn, again, congratulations in being added to the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame. 216 yards. It's a wonderful accomplishment.
No, it really is. Thanks a lot, and thank you too, Kurt.
Absolutely.
I just, watching this right now here at the Rose Bowl brings back memories. I mean, it's getting a little close, so I'm getting a little nervous. And, I'm trying to talk to you guys that watch the game at the same time. But for me, it's an exciting moment in time in my career. It allowed me to put a stamp on it at the end of the day for me in my college career and just understanding exactly what I needed to do.
Stick right with us here, and Herbie, we'll see. Sanchez not calling it off. He and Carroll are still going downfield with the strike. Let's go back to that game, and Keyshawn, talk about that brilliant day for yourself here for the Trojans.
Well, this was a football team that had come into Los Angeles, and it was a Cinderella story, the purple stadium, and everyone was talking about Northwestern and not much about us. And we felt a little disrespected, and we wanted to go out with a bang, most of our seniors, and we wanted to leave this city in awe of what could happen for the Trojan Nation down the line.
First down and 10 here, Herbie, and there we've got some movement and a penalty flag.
Key, what's it like being back around the college atmosphere? I mean, you work so hard on the NFL game, but you and I both know the college game and the NFL game is so different. What's it like to be back in the energy?
Well, it's interesting. This is fun. In the NFL, things are about money. It's economics. And when you look at college, you're just out there. You're playing for education. You're playing to have fun. You're playing to make money. Where in the NFL, Brent, there's an investment for the owners. They're investing in players to put them in Super Bowls to fill the seats. So it's totally different in college football.
So after the 5-yard penalty, down the middle again, and he's got him slipped, is Turner.
I want to talk with Key about this play because we have seen Turner, we've seen Williams, we've seen all these guys have an ability. Here's the DirecTV Ultimate Picture Cam. Hitting the seam against his cover 3 look, it's like pitch and catch for Sanchez with his receiver.
If he throws in rhythm and the wide receiver steps on the toes right there of the defender and closes his cushion, get inside of him, and Sanchez throws that ball in rhythm, can't stop it at all.
And guys, Sanchez now is 26 of 33, 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. First down and 10. And I know, Herbie, you've talked about all these great players. We want to ask Keyshawn. Sanchez got wide open. Touchdown, USC. Ronald Johnson. 45-yard touchdown.
Scarrato, safety in the middle, for some reason bites up. McCoy, the tight end, is there, but look at this. Of all the players, USC has had a field day. This time it's Rojo, Ronald Johnson getting behind, but Scarrato, who's had a rough outing today for this Penn State secondary, out of position. Another easy throw for Mark Sanchez.
Keyshawn, these guys are playing like they might want to play the winner of the Oklahoma-Florida game.
Well, they could be playing in that game if it wasn't for Oregon State.
That's right.
We'll come right back with Kirk Herbstreit and Keyshawn in a moment.
This crossover has more cargo space than the Honda Pilot or Toyota Highlander. And they can't beat its fuel economy with an EPA-estimated 24 miles per gallon highway. The Chevy Traverse, America's best crossover. Made by GM. Surprised? Now during the Red Tag event, buy this Traverse 1LT for around $29 grand. Hurry, this surprising value won't last long. See your local Chevy dealer.
What's G? It's the emblem of a warrior. It's the swag of an athlete, a champion and a dynasty. It's gifted, golden, genuine, and glorious. It is a lowercase God. It's the GOAT. Ha ha. How? The greatest of all time. Which G? It is the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G.
The Rose Bowl game presented by Citi on ABC. Brought to you by Citi. Citi never sleeps. Chevy, an American revolution. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And the Home Depot, you can do it, we can help.
Well, USC well on its way to a third consecutive Rose Bowl victory here. 2 years ago, it was Michigan. A year ago, Illinois. And now it is Penn State feeling the sting of this Pete Carroll coach dynasty out here in Southern California. Ball on the tee now for Beeler. Williams is going to come out. Short of the 20, and guys, let's go back.
You know, just a simple stutter go move on a bootleg action, and the corner is looking in the backfield. You can't look into the backfield, Kurt, on a play action, and that's exactly what this corner touchdown.
The corner was confused. In this case, it's Hunt, but also we talked about the safeties. I mean, the safeties, look at Scarrato, even Rubin, there's hesitation, and that's where you have a great running game complemented by the play action and the athletic ability of Sanchez. It just has put too much pressure on the secondary today for Penn State.
Sanchez now with 405 yards. That's a USC Rose Bowl record. Clark back in the gun. Going to go deep down the middle. Incomplete. Now, all time was Danny O'Neal, Keyshawn, 456 yards, but he threw 61 times. Sanchez has thrown only 34.
Right. Close. You get bonus points, right? I mean, you see the Pac-10, you see USC. If they hold up here, 9 straight. What's ironic, coming into this game, the average margin of victory was 25 points in 8 straight. Look at it right now. 25 points again. I mean, what is the difference between, in your mind, I think we all know the answer, the Pac-10, especially USC, and when they take on a Big Ten team?
Well, I think you look at the speed first and foremost. We run a pro-style offense and defense here at USC, and a lot of our guys, they get ready for the NFL for that simple reason. But when you look at teams across the country, that's not what they're doing. We're recruiting kids in Southern California or California in general. We're grabbing the best players in other states. We're going to New Jersey. We're going to Arkansas, grabbing transfers, and that's how we're building this program.
A couple of questions. That was Stephon Green, incidentally, a couple of yards. Keyshawn, I'd like to know how it is that Pete Carroll has been able to put together a dynasty. Now, USC's always been good. Let's make no mistake, one of the best in the country. But, I mean, when you look back at this body of work by this coaching staff over the last 7 years, it's one of the greatest stretches of any school in history.
Well, you have to buy into the system. And I think Pete Carroll has sold the system, and anytime you're a good salesman, that's what you have to do. You have to sell something. He's sold the University of Southern California. He sold USC. He sold the idea of, guys, you can graduate. You can go on and be successful in the National Football League if you're successful in college. And if not, you can come back to USC, finish up school. Those are all the sort of things that he's selling to his recruits. Not only that, he's a good person in general.
The thing I've been impressed with, you see the dominance there. The most impressive thing to me, and this is a challenge for every great coach and every great program, is to not allow complacency and the focus on the individual goals, like getting to the league. It's not eroded this program. They keep that on the back burner until it's their time to go. That's the most impressive thing.
Well, I think that is the case. Sometimes you guys will get away. Your Mike Williams, your Wayne Jarrett's, they'll get away. But I think when you talk about the things that's going on with this program, it's just teaching them, if you play at the level that we're asking you to, then you'll be successful and you'll have an opportunity to get that money.
We saw Cushing in on another play, along with Will Harris on that. Keyshawn, I want, because we talk about the great talent, and I know that you have an idea after this play, we want to put up a graphic where you think some of these Trojans will be drafted. I know that you follow the NFL closely, and how high the bulk of these defensive stars might go in the next draft as Clark tries to throw it downfield, and Butler makes a fine play And let's take another replay look at this one.
Well, this young man has been making plays this entire game for Penn State. Really, the one area that has shined is when number 3 has been able to make plays. He sets him up to the inside, comes back. Actually, Harris loses him, and once the corner loses him, Clark delivers the football, takes a shot at the end, and it's another shot up high, this time by Clay Matthews, who seems like he's been in the backfield of Penn State the entire game.
That's a 35-yard gain. We see that Graham Zug, number 5, is out to the left. Dion averaging 30 yards a catch here today. Clark coming down the near side, incomplete and out of bounds. Now we go to Keyshawn's list and tell us about it.
Well, I think you got it right. I think Ray's a number 1 pick. Clay Matthews would probably have climbed his way up to the 2nd round. Brian Cushing, depending on how he'll test, will depend where he goes. I think Kevin Ellison, he's probably a 2nd, 3rd round guy there. And as you go down, I think Patrick Turner has the ability, and he's played well the second half of this football season, has the ability, depending on how well he runs, to climb into the middle of that 2nd round, high 3rd round type situation for himself.
2nd down and 10. Here is Green. Breaks free, great speed, can't split the last 2 defenders, and he's down at the 15-yard line. Herbie, take a look at this one.
Now, this offensive line hasn't had very many moments like this, but it started in the backfield. Watch him be able to slip off of a tackler. In this case, it's Matthews, and then that's the acceleration that Green can bring to this offense. You have Royster coming back next year, and also Green coming back to this Penn State offense. Once he got away from Matthews, it was great blocking downfield, especially at the 2nd level.
And, with USC in the talent level, there's some juniors that's talking about coming out of school. I'm not a strong advocate of juniors going into the NFL.
Why is that?
Well, because, first of all, they really can't help a football team. They're young, and they need to stay in school.
Clark in zone, got a man open, and he missed him. He had Brett Brackett down there, and he could have run up 6.
Brackett slides down the sideline. You see him. He's coming right towards you. Williams breaks to the inside. Little wheel route down the sideline. And Clark, anticipating Brackett being open, just overthrows him.
Keyshawn, what's your feeling about Darryl Clark as you watch him against this great defense?
Well, I think this defense is one of the best in college football's history. It'll go down as one of those defenses, and I think he's done a tremendous job at times of getting his receivers the football. You have to have balance against USC. You have to run the football like an Oregon State and then put the football in the air. So right now for him, he's doing a pretty good job.
There's Williams. Hit him with that quick pass outside. Mayava's played just an outstanding game. It's so nice because he doesn't get the publicity that Mawaluga and Cushing get, and it's nice to see him.
Well, I had a chance to talk to him at practice the other day, and I told him to cut his hair.
Oh, did you?
I cut that hair. He says, "No, this is what gives me my power."
I bet you didn't talk to Mawaluga.
No, I left him alone. He's a little big.
3rd down and 3, and that's the fullback. That was Lawler. Danny Lawler. That's his 2nd carry of the game. But a timeout. Before that snap. See, Petey sees it. He sees it. Give me a timeout. Give me a timeout.
Pete having fun out there.
Yeah. So we'll take a break and be right back.
It's the time of your life. You don't want to miss out on right here and now. There's so many reasons why.
When you think about it, there's so much in life worth celebrating. And this year, you're invited to join us at one of our parks on your birthday, absolutely free. Register your birthday now at DisneyParks.com. What will you celebrate at the place where dreams come true?
It gets an EPA estimated 37 miles per gallon highway. More than Corolla, more than Civic DX. The Chevy Cobalt XFE. Made by GM. Surprised? Now during the Red Tag event, buy this Cobalt XFE for under $13,700. Or just announced, qualified buyers get 3.9% APR on any 09 Cobalt.
You want to dance? What you got?
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet specials, you can fly to destinations nationwide for just $49 to $99. Purchased by January 19th. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Well, a reminder that Sunday NFL Countdown presented by IBM on both Saturday and Sunday with the playoffs coming, 11 a.m. Eastern. Host Chris Berman, all those analysts, Mike Ditka, Tom Jackson, Steve Young, Chris Carter, and, of course, Keyshawn Johnson has been added to that team, and they'll give you all the insight as we approach doubleheader Saturday and doubleheader Sunday. And here is Clark on a pitch to Green, and he is knocked down by you-know-who, number 58, Ray Mamaluga.
About the speed of this defense, and here's a great look at number 58. And kid, look at him close in on this.
I mean, he just plays with flat-out speed all the time. And look at Pete. Oh yeah, go get him.
They sent Kevin Kelly out, the field goal specialist here. So they're going to let him attempt to tack on 3 points at the Rose Bowl. 7:27 to go, 25-yard field goal. He's been a fine kicker, and this is his last game, so that means a lot. And Keyshawn, thanks for dropping by.
No problem. Anytime.
Good luck with those Rascals over the weekend.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
All right, congrats.
We'll be right back.
It received a 2009 Best Resale Value Award from Kelley Blue Books, KBB.com, and it was awarded a top safety pick by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. The Cadillac CTS, made by GM. Surprised? Here's something else amazing. At the first ever Cadillac Red Tag event, the price on the tag is the price you pay. Like a 2009 CTS for under $36,500. That's a total value of over $4,400. Visit your local Cadillac dealer.
On January 16th,
Happy Valentine's Day.
Prepare for a bloody good time. My Bloody Valentine 3D, rated R, in theaters January 16th.
You gotta one-up me again, huh? What? Well, for one, you can't have a regular Gordita Crunch. You had to add bacon and cheddar.
Oh, bacon and cheddar makes it better.
Okay, and two, this is a work league.
So?
So Daryl Dawkins and Bloody Devot work in your office?
They're interns.
Crunchy, chewy, cheesy is now unstoppable with bacon and cheddar. Taco Bell's new Bacon Cheddar Gordita Crunch. Think outside the bun.
When this restaurant wanted to add on to their benefits package to help attract new employees, they knew exactly who to have at the table. Find out more at forbusiness.com.
Sunday, the kickoff to the Housewives' 100th episode event begins.
I'm going to do what I have to make sure my family is safe.
ABC's Desperate Housewives, all new Sunday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
We welcome you back to Pasadena as we take a look at our City Rose Bowl game summary. And you can see that 24-point second quarter. That appeared to doom the Nittany Lions there. Scoreless third quarter, Herbie, and then the Nittany Lions have outscored them here in the second half, 10-7. This is the most points that this defense has given up in the second half.
Unacceptable.
Everybody was expecting the onside kick, and this is fielded by Johnson. Ronald Johnson steps out of bounds. And folks, help decide the Pontiac game-changing performance of the year. Go to ESPN.com, search Pontiac to vote. There's 4 marvelous plays in there. Of course, Herbie, I know the one that you and I are biased toward because we were there that night in Lubbock.
Yep.
When Michael Crabtree, with a second to go, cost Texas a shot at the Big 12 championship, and then perhaps a berth in the
absolutely
in the BCS championship.
And maybe
that's
Colt,
how big that.
Maybe Colt McCoy the Heisman Trophy. A number of things were settled on that one play.
Sanchez is still there, and a fine play by Bowman. And, here it is, Herbie. No, you'll never forget this.
Oh, this was amazing. Just the clock's running down. You're going to think he's going to go out of bounds. I mean, this is one of those plays 15, 20, 30 years from now. If you saw it, you'll never forget where you were or the impact of that game as the Red Raiders all of a sudden became a huge story, and not just the Big 12, but the whole nation.
So again, to go back on how the conferences are faring in the bowl games, the Pac-10 about to go 5-0, and they will be the winner based on winning percentage, and no one else can wind up with 3 games and be batting 1,000. The SEC lost today. South Carolina beaten by Iowa.
In my opinion, Brent, with non-conference scheduling heading in a direction that I think most of us as fans don't like to see. I mean, you rarely get to see those great intersectional games. It seems to me the bowl games are the chance for conferences to really show where they stand.
Right.
Some of them take advantage of it. Some of them don't.
We'll take a break and be right back.
I decided to redecorate our living room. But no matter what I did, something didn't feel right. And then I figured it out. It wasn't the room.
What?
So I used the cash I got back to redecorate my husband.
Earn unlimited cash back with your City Cash Returns card to make every dollar count. Whatever your story is, your City Cash Returns card can help you write it, because City never sleeps.
It gets an EPA estimated 20 miles per gallon city. Better than this Mini Cooper. The luxury 8-passenger Cadillac Escalade Hybrid. Made by GM. Surprised? The Hybrid is just the latest addition to the legendary Escalade family. Qualified buyers can get 1.9% APR GMAC financing for 60 months, plus $3,250 bonus cash on all new 2008 Cadillac Escalade non-hybrid models. Offer ends January 5th.
With Kirk Herbstreit and Lisa Salters, I'm Brett Musburger. It's always an honor to come and broadcast the Rose Bowl game. Herbie, I know that you feel about this venue just like I do. There is nothing better. I know that USC is about to become the first school ever to win 3 straight Rose Bowl games as they close in, having beaten Michigan and Illinois, and now it'll be Penn State. Stephon Johnson. And, you know, a lot of coaches have tried through the years, but only Pete Carroll's been able to win 3 in a row. John McKay, Woody Hayes, Pappy Waldorf, Bo Schembechler, Don James, and now it'll be Pete Carroll, and might have won 4 in a row, except for a fellow by the name of Vince Young.
You run out of things to say about Pete Carroll and USC. It's like watching Tiger Woods play golf. I mean, they're just so dominant. This will be 9 straight games. They've now beaten the Big Ten by an average margin of 25 points. As I said, it was by an average margin of 25 points coming into tonight's game with 8 straight. So they decided to match that number tonight just for fun to make it now 9 straight.
This is a 4th down punt coming up. Under pressure, Woodnick gets it off, and they're going to let this one roll down.
You know, we had a lot of fun at the director's dinner the other night. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Cloris Leachman.
That was wonderful.
Dancing with the Stars. Look at my man Brent.
That was my first shot to dance with a real star. Huh? What a gracious lady.
You were out there. We thought maybe one dance. You waited in line like a 13-year-old, about 5 deep, and we thought he's going to get impatient. But no. You waited the 20 minutes to get your turn.
You know who's laughing the most? My wife, Arlene.
But you waited your turn. You got into position, and then you went. We thought he's not going to go for one dance. Sure enough, you did the one dance. Then they went a little bit of up tempo on you, and you did the second dance. And you guys just had a great time. And by the way, Dancing with the Stars.
Here comes Williams now.
Which she was a huge hit on the last series. It starts again. Season 8 will be coming to ABC on Monday, March 9th. So I don't know if you want to I don't know if you want to look at my man here. You should have seen him now. I mean, here is a candidate if I've ever seen one.
They had
Get
that
my man
wonderful Napa wine down for me, and that made it all possible.
I mean, you were going slow, you were going fast.
Herbie, I'll get you. Yeah, it'll be next season, but I'll get you, my friend. There's Corliss, the fine tight end, picking up another first down. So the first team to score more than 7, as we told you a short time ago, in any second half. 13 games in. Herbie, it's just unbelievable what they have accomplished. Screen, and they misfire on it.
I think the biggest difference, we keep talking about SC versus the Big Ten. The thing that I see, and I think people miss this, they think it's speed, as in just the receivers and the skill of these teams. I see a difference in the speed of the linebackers, the defensive linemen, the offensive linemen. When I say there's a difference in speed between USC and the Big Ten, that's where I see it. I mean, that's where there's a huge upside, huge advantage for the Trojans against these teams they face.
2nd and 10 now for Clark. Open Norwood. Remember that hit he took earlier? That helmet to helmet, back out there with the reception, picking up the first down. Mays, that time made the stop again.
He took another hit here. It's a veteran group of wide receivers that Penn State will be losing. Derek Williams, Deion Butler, and Jordan Norwood. And Norwood here takes a blast and just keeps going and ends up taking another big shot.
Comes Green. Good balance. He's slipping coming through that line. Cushing wrestling him down inside that 5-yard line, though.
He's got a nice burst. About 195 pounds. Freshman out of the Bronx. Looks like he's down now.
That would be the second running back to go down. Evan Royster injured his left knee in the first half early in this game and has not returned. Royster had carried 6 times, Herbie, for 34 yards when he was injured, and now it's Stephon Green, and that would be Brandon Beecham coming back. And so a reminder to all to stay tuned after the game for Americans' funniest home videos over most of these ABC stations, and of course over on ESPN there'll be a SportsCenter football special, and we'll hear from the coaches and some of the players. We'll have highlights from all of the bowl action today. Am I right? Nebraska?
Did Nebraska end up?
Did they get a win over Clemson? Yes. George Hill and Brian Movelson, they've been in charge of following those games for us. We want to thank them. And how about your guy Darren Brown over here?
Doing a heck of a job.
He done a heck of a job. He helped me with the bus driver negotiate a couple times.
That's his wheelhouse. Any kind of negotiations.
Ooh. A little short. That's fog coming in, isn't it? Did somebody tell me the other night that there was a serious fog in San Diego? Did Chris say that?
You mentioned that. Right, as I said, about 5 or 10 minutes right after the game.
Right after the game, after the Holiday Bowl that they broadcast down there. Big win for Oregon in the Pac-10, and there was a movement down in the trenches. Now this has been some bowl season for the Pac-10. Tom Hansen's last year as commissioner. We certainly
number 64 on the offense, 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
We want to wish he and his wife nothing but the best in their retirement.
Yep.
He's been a great friend through the years.
What a way to go out with this conference.
5-0.
5-0 in bowl games. You can't beat that.
Second down, slant, and the receiver fell. Was he pushed? Incomplete. No flag down.
USC that time just playing straight man coverage.
That's Pinker. Remember, the coaches told us that he played very, very well.
Yeah, a senior who has battled through so many injuries. tore his ACL in his left leg, came back, battled through that, tore his ACL in his right leg, battled through that. He's had a lot of injuries, but his senior year showing the NFL and, more importantly, helping his team be a complete defense opposite of Kerry Harris is a solid corner.
3rd and 8 now for Clark and the Nittany Lions. There was movement, it looked, by that defensive lineman. There's the flag, throws it in for a touchdown. Norwood caught it. I thought the defensive lineman jumped, but we'll let them sort this out. If it was, it's a touchdown, and the Nittany Lions playing much better in the second half.
Offside, number 93 on the defense. That penalty will be declined. Touchdown.
That's Everson Griffin. He timed one perfectly in the first half, but not this time.
Not this time. Free play for Darrell Clark. And again, for the second time here in the second half, not only do they score a touchdown, but they have success throwing to Clark's left. It's a nice move by Norwood, who the coaches would tell you, of the group of receivers, is probably the best route runner. And he finds a little seam there, comes up with a score.
Well, the Bowl Cup Challenge standings, in Pac-10 you can see, unbeaten coming into this game, about to go 5-0. And again, it's based on percentage, so that would crown them the champion. The Big East, 3-1, Conference USA and Big 12, SEC, all playing well.
I think you got to look at the Big 12 there, sitting at 3-1, still 3 games left. Really, I mean, I know we're caught up in the Pac-10, and for good reason. They get 5-0, but I can't tell you how many times you and I did radio shows throughout the year and heard people say, "Oh, the Big 12's overrated. It's average offense and terrible defense." And so far, still a long way to go. So far, they're showing that
somebody actually said average offense.
Yeah, I heard that a lot.
You got to be kidding.
I heard it was. Even guys on our own air would say the defenses are horrendous. And it's I
can see wondering about the defenses, okay, because Oklahoma State didn't hold up against Oregon,
right?
And I can honestly listen to that chatter.
Yeah, you don't like the chatter about the.
Well, I think they're just plain wrong about the offense.
Of course,
I mean, it's not even close.
Right.
I mean, they've got great running backs,
great
wide receivers, and the best quarterbacks in the country.
Maybe we've ever seen, top to bottom.
I think, Kirby, now a lot of people will probably disagree with me as Kelly kicks this off. It's a 14-point margin right now. It goes in. I'm starting to think that quarterbacks may be more important in the college game than they are in the NFL. Yeah. I'm not putting them down.
No, it's the system.
Yeah.
It's the way the game's evolved.
And a reminder, we'll all be watching this in April now. The Majesty of Augusta. And again, the first and second round coverage of the Masters will come in April on ESPN. Now, I believe I was told by the executives that they will show it live during the afternoon and come back at night. So many people who are working love to see the replay of it that night.
I was
what went on at Augusta. I mean, I always did that.
Last April, ESPN did a great job of getting wall-to-wall coverage. And it's great to see a Masters promo. That means we're really close to getting out of the winter, at least getting there.
Coming underneath to Adam Goodman handling the ball. And, it's an interesting question, Harvey, because with Keyshawn up here, we talked about first-round draft choices with USC. But as you look across the board with Penn State, I see some offensive linemen that may go high.
Yeah, I mean, you see some linemen. I mean, this is a veteran group. Derek Williams, Deion Butler, Jordan Norwood, the receivers. They're all going to get looks in the league. But on defense, most of these guys all come back with the exception of Aaron Mabin, who's a defensive end who has to make a decision. Todd McShay feels that Aaron Mabin is one of the top defensive players out there. And I look at that and I see a lot of great players. But with Aaron Mabin, and just my opinion, he's got a lot of growing to do physically and just maturing. We just talked about that with Keyshawn Johnson. He's only a sophomore, redshirt sophomore.
I totally agree about Mabin. Having been up close to him in a practice field, he would be making a huge mistake.
Yeah.
A huge mistake. He needs to develop and grow a little bit more. I don't think some of these youngsters know how physical that is at the next level, or what they're stepping into. As a timeout has been called by the Trojans. I mean, I hate to see the youngsters leave early, you know, and I got to tell you who I think is really underrated by a lot of the scouts, and that's Tim Tebow down in Florida. I just think the youngster is a winner in a bad organization situation. Let me take Detroit. They got the first one, right? Yeah, obviously, they didn't win a game. You get somebody like Tebow in there rather than a pure pocket passer, he can create so many things for you. Run when he's in trouble. You haven't got a great offensive line. I don't know what you think about Tim Tebow, but he throws well enough for me.
I think if he were built differently and didn't run over the top of safeties, people would have a better appreciation for his ability to throw. But the intangibles to me of that position,
unbelievable.
He's kind of created a new platform as far as I'm concerned when it comes to intangibles. So, you know, Sam Bradford, there's talk about him coming out a little bit more of a prototypical NFL-style quarterback, although he'll have to learn to get under the center and take snaps. A lot of people feel that he'll come out, and between he and Matthew Stafford, the quarterback at Georgia, could be one of the first picks overall in the draft if they decide to come out.
How about these Nittany Lion fans here?
Never give up.
3-14, and they are just hanging tough. Johnson battling. You have to give the Nittany Lions a lot of credit for playing this second half with a lot of pride.
Remember my second half adjustment? Play for pride. I mean, and that's, you talked to Joe Paterno upstairs. That's the same thing that he said, and they have definitely done that. Obviously, USC has changed.
These Nittany Lion fans want another touchdown right now.
Yeah.
They want to close down here. They want to make this a 7-point game. And well, USC dominated Ohio State second week of the season. Maualuga intercepted and scored on a touchdown in the first half. They were #1 in the country. Penn State with a tough game in Columbus. Fort Reuben forcing that fumble, and the Nittany Lions upset the Buckeyes. And then Texas Tech shocked #1 Texas down in Lubbock that night on the Crabtree grab. Talked about Bradford leaping to the Heisman against Oklahoma State. But there's been no better symbol of effort and courage and how to play the game than Tim Tebow, leading the Gators into that BCS title game, and what a dandy that figures to be now. And I tell you, I have never heard a group of fans trailing like they have been, who are as alive as these Nittany Lion fans. I mean, they want this other touchdown.
Sure do.
This one's real right now. Fair catch by Derrick. And of course, right after the game, we'll have Rose Bowl post-game coverage with John Saunders, Craig James, Doug Flutie from Pasadena. They'll have the Rose Bowl trophy presentation. They'll have the offensive and defensive MVPs. They'll make that announcement. Three minutes now for the Nittany Lions. Darryl Clark. And look at the effort on the other side. Sanchez trying to rally the troops. Right now it's a 14-point game. Hit on the release, and it's intercepted. Picked off as the receiver goes down, and it was grabbed by Will Harris.
It's a nice job here, the stunt. Clay Matthews, who again seems like he has been in the face of Darryl Clark this entire game, over the tight end, and then works to the inside, and the offensive line loses him. See him work to the inside? The back, I think, and he's a young back, Brandon Beecham, probably should have picked him up and instead released as an outlet, allowed Matthews to get in there, and there's an opportunistic defense, seeing a ball that's tipped and somebody coming up with a catch, in this case, Will Harris.
Corliss is the receiver who slipped. Here's Stephon Johnson. And he is thrown down by A.J. Wallace.
if you've watched the entire football game, I think you have to respect what Penn State has done, but also realize that the game plan and the approach from USC has changed. Up 31-7, things changed a little bit offensively for USC. Sure, they kept attacking and kept trying to put points on the board, but not with the same severity and enthusiasm that I think they did in the first half. But in my opinion, you don't take anything away from what USC has accomplished. They've dominated this football game. With that said, you put an asterisk next to that and tip your cap to Penn State for not quitting and coming back and at least trying to make it respectable. I don't think the debate will be about USC and the AP personally. When all the bowls are over, I think if there's any debate, it's again going to be if Texas really works Ohio State and Oklahoma beats Florida. I think that would become the big debate. And how ironic, it's Texas and Oklahoma yet again, and another debate for the AP.
3rd and 8 for Sanchez. Had a 400-yard passing day, handing off to Stephon Johnson. You know, we talk about Mark Sanchez, and reminds me that here in Los Angeles, they've got almost 5 million Latinos live here, and many of them are Mexicans, and they have really elevated Mark Sanchez to star status here. He's a hero with the Mexican Americans, and I know that his father Nick encouraged him to take an advanced Spanish class, and that's so he could conduct interviews with the Spanish networks here. And he's closing in on another win, which would make his record 14-2 as a starter. He's just an outstanding young man.
And I talked with Steve Sarkisian a lot this month about Mark Sanchez, and he said, you know, we probably put a lot on him this year. We had an inexperienced offensive line. We weren't consistent enough running the football, put a lot on him, and it slowed his process down. But he said, as far as his physical ability, you put him in that Carson Palmer type of physical ability with the athletic ability, the arm strength. He also said mentally, they do more at this point with Mark Sanchez, this is according to Steve Sarkisian, than they did with Matt Leinart or Carson Palmer, as far as checks at the line, controlling the run game, controlling the pass protection, getting in and out of plays.
Well, as for the Big Ten, they still haven't won a Rose Bowl since 1999. That's when Barry Alvarez in Wisconsin beat Stanford and Ty Willingham. Penn State came into this Rose Bowl having won 3 straight bowl games and 9 of their last 11. But Pete Carroll is about to become the first coach to win 3 consecutive Rose Bowls. Over his head. Nittany Lions with a chance here in the last 30 seconds. Cooper Stevenson.
Just a snap.
This one just a little high.
I mean, that is one of the few mistakes we've seen from USC. Stevenson just, that ball flew. That was good 4 or 5 feet. Over top of the punter, avoiding it.
Penn State without a timeout. Picking up 37 yards on that missed snap. A lot of folks in Nevada are on their feet. 1st down and 10. Tried to get it off. There was Matthews again and Kyle Moore. So you've got both of them. Moore, number 84, Matthews, 47.
They brought Maluga as well. Moore has had a great football game, and there's 47 again. Clay Matthews.
Norwood checks in. Seconds to go now. Complete to Butler, but Butler is going to be well short of the end zone. But they don't have any timeouts, and Harris was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Harris came to the outside, used the leverage to make Butler go back to the inside to keep that clock moving. Nice play there by Kerry Harris.
Here's the third down. Stops the clock to give himself a fourth down here with 7 seconds to go. They'll be thrown into the end zone on this. Wheels still turning here. Remember the Rose Bowl presentation right after the game down on the field?
Clark has had some success. Last couple times they've been down here throwing to his left, finding Derek Williams and also Jordan Norwood.
The USC was a little bit concerned about him rolling left. They mentioned to us that they had seen on tape that he can still throw pretty well going in that direction.
Dead ball, delay of game, number 17 on the offense, 5-yard penalty. It remains fourth down.
Probably not going to change the play call here for Darrell Clark in Penn State. Again, let's see if he looks to his left. He's got Butler, who will be at the top, and Norwood in the slot.
Throws a lob to the end zone. Jump ball intercepted. Threw it up for grabs into Harris's hands. Three in a row for Pete Carroll and the USC Trojans. First time in history. Steve Sarkisian hugs his quarterback before he goes to the airport and grabs the next plane to Seattle. Mark Sanchez throwing for 413 yards here today. A USC Rose Bowl record. And a long day for the grand old man, Joe Paterno. Let's go to Lisa.
Thanks a lot, Brent. You're shivering a little bit.
I'm
you just got the Gatorade. All right. Now, Coach, I know the game was pretty much out of hand, but what were you thinking when the ball went sailing over your punter's head?
I lost my mind for a moment there. But we stopped them. You know, we got out of there. The defense came through for one last time like they've done all year long. This was a great opportunity for us to have a big-time matchup and get a win. I love this win for us, and we're really thrilled about it.
So here we are, another Rose Bowl, another dominant USC performance. What was the difference, do you think, in this one?
I think the offense was on fire in the first half. I thought Mark just set the tempo. Damian Williams came through. Patrick Turner, the O-line really protected well, so we had a chance to really get moving on these guys.
It was that 24-point second quarter. How were you guys really able to just change the game?
Well, I don't know. Over the years, we've hit it. When all of a sudden we go, you know, and we just kept firing on all cylinders, and the defense kept giving the ball back, and our guys just took advantage of it. It was really a cool burst for us.
We always talk about the speed advantage. In your mind, how did that really manifest itself tonight for you guys?
Well, I don't know about that. This is a great football team, you know, that we just played. I think our execution, throwing and catching was really there tonight. Really came through. I don't know that we outran them at all, but we certainly just saw plays on defense where our guys ran them down in some nice fashion.
Now, I know this is a hypothetical, but what would you guys give to be able to play the winner of next week's game?
You know, well, we would love to do that. I don't think anybody could be this. You know, I just feel like that's what this team is all about. We can do whatever we need to do, and unfortunately, we don't get to, but maybe someday there'll be a chance, but not now.
All right, thanks a lot, Pete. Congratulations.
See you, Lisa.
Brent.
Lisa, thank you very much. And we'll return with our Rose Bowl post-game coverage right after this message.
Great. You know, good to see these guys.
That's one latte.
Keep the change.
Whoa. You can use that change to get double the beef for only 89 cents.
Double the beef. You really just pushed a button.
Change the way you see change. Taco Bell's cheesy double beef burrito. A double portion of seasoned ground beef smothered in melty nacho cheese sauce. It's double the beef for only 89 cents.
Can I get some change, please?
Why pay more?
Drivers who recently switched to Allstate Your Choice Auto Platinum not only saved an average of $374 a year, but they also got accident forgiveness, deductible rewards, and a safe driving bonus check. Nice.
On January 16th,
Happy Valentine's Day.
Prepare for a bloody good time. My Bloody Valentine 3D. Rated R. In theaters January 16.
Tuesday on ABC. Their job, dangerous.
This is when the action starts.
The threats, real.
Oh my God, we have human skulls here.
The only thing between us and the trouble outside our borders are America's heroes.
Let's do it. Put your hands out the window.
These are the real stories of the people who protect us all.
We're defenders of our nation. I'm going to protect my own.
ABC's Homeland Security USA premieres Tuesday, 8/7 Central, part of Bringing the New Week on ABC.
Well, stay tuned after the game now for America's funniest home videos over most of these ABC stations and over on ESPN, a SportsCenter football special. Mark Sanchez, 413 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. Let's go down to Lisa.
Thanks, Brent. Mark, it seems like I ask you this question every game because you guys are always so dominant, but when did you know that this one was over?
I felt good going into halftime, but, you know, hats off to a great Penn State team. They brought it all game long. They didn't quit. You saw at the end there we were hanging on. But, you know, a solid Trojan victory. It was a total team effort. That's the way we want to send the seniors out. And, you know, we had no doubt this game that we were going to come out on top.
What was really clicking between you and Damian Williams tonight?
He's always an easy target to find. But, I mean, it wasn't just him. It was Ronald Johnson and Patrick Turner. All three of them, the tight end, you know, getting in the mix, and Adam Goodman late. I mean, all those guys put pressure on the defense, and when you have that many weapons, it's tough to game plan against, and we exploited them today.
I'm noticing the eye black, the rest in peace. What's that about?
Garen Figueroa, he's a 15-year-old kid. He was suffering from osteosarcoma. I met him. Coach Carroll introduced me to him earlier in the season before camp started. He passed away now about a month ago. And, you know, he was a loyal fan. I had talked to him, you know, just about every week, let him know what's going on when we enter new stadiums and what the hotel's like. But, you know, he was in his bed. He went quietly, and now he's in a better place.
And one last football question for you. A career night for you tonight can only make your draft stock go up. Which way are you leaning? Just between you and me.
Between me, you, and America there. You know, I have no clue right now. I'm so happy about this game, and I just want to, this is the way we wanted to end this season. You know, we'll wish the seniors well. For me, I don't know what the future lies, but this is too fun. I just got to celebrate.
You got to be leaning one way or the other.
I don't think so right now. You know, I don't know how I could leave all this. It's so fun. I'd love to do it all over again, so we'll see.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark, and congratulations to you.
Happy New Year.
Guys.
Love you guys.
All right, Lisa, and it's time now for the presentation of the Rose Bowl trophy, so let's go down below now to John Saunders. John?
Brent, thanks a lot. First of all, I wanted to recognize Lisa Barrett from Citibank. Thanks for being here. Second of all, I want to congratulate the Penn State Nittany Lions on an outstanding season. Now I'd like to introduce the president of the 2009 Tournament of Roses, Corky Conceneri. Presentation of the Rose Bowl Championship Trophy to Pete Carroll, head coach of USC.
Okay. Coach Carroll, on behalf of the Tournament of Roses, I want to congratulate you on your victory in the 95th annual Rose Bowl game. Congratulations. Wow.
Pick it up now. Oh, look at this one.
The whole team is rocking the podium here. When you joined me up here, I said, you know, this is 3 years in a row. This is getting a little old. Not old for you.
No way. This is one of the great opportunities for any college program to play in the best bowl game there is. We're thrilled to be representing the conference and to have a chance to come in here and beat such an extraordinary football team as Penn State and Coach Paterno. We're really proud of it and really thrilled about it.
What is it about this experience that your team comes so jacked up year after year to come and want to put a pasting on the Big Ten?
Well, first off, these guys love playing in this event. I know people try to say everything but that, but we practice great the whole preparation. They love representing here in California. It's a fantastic opportunity for every one of them, and so they just don't miss a trick, and they just get all pumped up for it.
You're not going to get a chance to, but what if you had to face Oklahoma or Florida? How do you see the outcome?
Well, in all due respect, those are two great programs. I don't think anybody can beat the Trojans this year.
Okay, we're going to bring in the Offensive Player of the Year. Mark Sanchez. Mark, come on over here. 413 passing yards. That is a career high. You had a Rose Bowl record, 82% completion performance. Again, I'll ask the same question I asked Coach. What is it about the Rose Bowl that brings out the best in you guys?
You know, we had that whole month to prepare. It's a testament to our coaches, to our team. The coaches got us prepared. The team bought into the game plan. We brought our energy like we always do, and we wanted to kick off the new year with a bang. I think we did that.
I heard you talking briefly with Lisa Salters about whether or not you'd make a decision to go pro, but the Rose Bowl next year is for the national championship game. Wouldn't you like to be back here and try and win a national championship?
First of all, I want to celebrate this victory with my team. But as for next year, I could not want to be here again. And this is so special. I want to be a part of it.
All right, you take your trophy. I say be careful because it's in two pieces. All right, defensive player of the game, Kaluga Mayava. Linebacker. Defense has been the key to this game all year.
It just shows that we're the best in the land and our defense can play with anybody, and it showed up today.
All right, congratulations. Congratulations to the USC Trojans, this year's Rose Bowl champions. Right now, let's join Chris Fowler, who's standing by, with Joe Paterno.
Joe, you just talked to your team. What was the message you delivered?
So keep their heads high. And we didn't play as we've played all year in the first half. A lot